Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Welcome. It's Diana. We are already in the midst of United Fight. Also, I finally got around to adding daily sub, like, gold thing. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And yes, I will get Suika on the screen in a second for something else to look at. But I hope everyone's doing well. I had the day off, so I finally got around to some cleaning. Also, I'm starting to watch some anime again. I mean, the stuff I'm watching is from like the season Bochi came out, because that was the last time I was watching anime, and I didn't finish those shows because I got busy. So that was like 15 months ago. Oof. Yes, anime! So I've been trying to finish up Raven of the Inner Palace. It's like one of those anime that are like Chinese period dramas. It's about a girl who's been like shut up inside the Inner Palace, and her title is the Raven Consort. But she, even though she's called a consort, she doesn't perform like knightly duties. Like, she's not like, the emperor's mistress or anything like that. And then like she helps solve some supernatural stuff that goes on in the palace, and slowly we start finding out that there's much more to her than like meets the eye and like all that stuff. So, it was pretty good. I liked it. I say liked it like I finished it. I'm on episode 8, and I think there was only 12 episodes. Like most series only have 12 episodes nowadays, so I'm essentially done. And I gotta get back to Bochi as well, but one thing at a time. Oh my god, the verification. Oh my god, what even is this? AS? 9 I6? Nope. Okay. FHX. No, again? God damn it. I don't know if I'm a computer or not, guys. I mean, I'm a VTuber, so I'm like mostly not real. You like to watch both of you someday? It was good what I watched of it. Like, I only ended up watching a couple episodes before like I really got busy with life and stuff. I really like the music from it though. Yeah, same here. Every time that kind of girl band anime comes out, it makes me want to learn the bass guitar. But I have small hands, so I don't know if I have the finger length for it. Because I do play guitar, but like I could never get super into it, because even with the guitar, I have a really hard time doing some of the strings, because because of like stretching the fingers and stuff. I play guitar too. Nice. Guitar is like a very common instrument for people to dabble in. Yeah, I still have mine that I've had for a long time, and every now and again I get the urge to like pick it back up. It's just some of the chords are just really hard for my hand to do, so I've never really gotten farther than like learning some of the chords. But it's fun to do it just for that. Acoustic, electric, and a bass? Oh my god. Well, look at you. Yeah, I don't know, like, it's fun even just to mess around with it. I kind of equate playing guitar sometimes to a stress ball. Because one of the things I had learned for de-stressing and distracted from anxiety is like you can actually like, make your hand into a fist and tighten up all your muscles, and then when you let go, it tricks your mind into relaxing along with your body. And guitar is kind of the same thing because of how hard you have to press down on the strings. Talking about Boji the Rock reminded me of, at this point it's like a 10-year-old, I could see that, lots of benefits, yep. God, the Boji the Rock reminds me of, like, it's a 10-year-old anime at this point. It's called, Rolling Girls. So like the Vocaloid song, but it's not that. So it's about these girls going on a road trip across Japan, and there's like a lot of musical numbers and stuff like that. One from when they're in Kyoto always sticks in my head because it's called like Rolling Stones or something like that. I sometimes when I'm in like a really bad mood, I go on YouTube and find the really pixelated one video of that scene and I watch it. Do they sing Rolling Girls at least once? No. Because it has nothing to do with the Vocaloid song. It's just a coincidence. I just used the Vocaloid song as an example to be like, yeah, it's Rolling Girls. Like, the song. So, like, if anyone wanted to look it up, like, they wouldn't get confused. Like, they would search Rolling Girls and find the Vocaloid song and think I was talking about that, but no, it's a different anime. It was one of those that, like, sort of flew under the radar because no one was super into it, but I really, really loved it. Yeah. I knew most people would think it's, like, the Vocaloid song, and it's like, it's close, but I'm pretty sure it's a reference to something else. And I mean, I think it's called Rolling Girls because they're on a road trip on motorcycles. So they're literally, rolling. I've stopped questioning anime titles at this point. Another old one I want to go back to and actually finish because I saw most of it and then I didn't end up actually finishing it was, what is it called? It's by, like, the people that did Shirobaku and, Asukana. Like, like Lull in the Waves kind of thing. Oh, Bako. Yeah, it's PA Works, and it's not another. Oh, well, I mean, I wasn't thinking of Red Data Girl, but Red Data Girl was very good. Sakura Quest, that's it. It's about this girl that, like, ends up, moving to, like, some rural country town because of a misunderstanding, and she spends a lot of time trying to, like, help revitalize the town kind of thing. That's right, I forgot the Skip and Loafer anime came out. I love that manga. Oh yeah, I didn't watch a lot of Charlotte, but I know about Charlotte. I thought it was actually a key Visual Studios like adaptation of like their one of their novels because it is just as sad as their stuff is. Makia, they did PA Works did a lot of stuff. They did like almost nothing before Shirobako and then they just took off from there. Ah, it's Jun Maeda. That's why I thought it was a key Visual Studios thing. Jun Maeda wrote all of their games. That explains why it felt so familiar. I remember you saying Makia is your favorite. I really like, same energy as the girl who left through time. Oh my god, Angel Beats. I'm on the Wikipedia article for Charlotte and they mentioned Angel Beats and it's like, oh god. I loved Angel Beats, but it destroyed me. And I mean, I think that was the point, but oh my god. Nothing quite like an anime setting, where the school is literally purgatory for kids who died, who aren't ready to move on. And then everyone just starts disappearing. And it's supposed to be a happy thing because, you know, they're moving on and going to heaven, but it just feels really, really sad because it's like they died a second time. Yeah, I mean, it was I enjoyed it, but yeah, it is definitely sad. And I mean, like, yeah, like the kids all died young, but they also died from stuff like, for example, one girl, her parents were, one of her parents was abusive or whatever, and she got in the middle of an argument between her parents, and she got hit by, like a beer bottle or something. And at first she was fine, but then it turned out like she was like concussed or like something like that. And so while she's at work, she ended up fainting and then just never woke up. Another one, I think literally like she was from a rich family and there was like a home invasion. So she watched her little brothers, like her 5-year-old little brothers get shot and then she got killed. Like, it's stuff like that. It's like, holy shit. And this is like, you know, juxtaposed between wacky, like, high school anime hijinks with, like, you know, them, like, doing, like, barrel rolls out windows and stuff. That's something, oh god, yeah. And then, yeah, like, there was one guy, he was literally on a way to an exam because he wanted to become a doctor because his sister was like very, very sick and like she ended up dying, and so but he decided to still be a doctor. But on the way to his exams to get into medical school, the train derailed. And so like while he's there, like, you know, dying because he's not being rescued, he decides to sign his organ donor card, and his organs go on to Kanade, which is like another one of the girls. So like she had a normalish life for a little bit longer thanks to him, and then she ends up dying. It's like cool. I can't remember if they ended it with showing that they all reincarnated or something like that. I think they did, otherwise it would have just been like a 1-2 punch and then like goodbye. But yeah, these are the animes I watched when I was younger, so no wonder I'm a little melodramatic. Togashi related to animes I've been watching since I was younger. Togashi apparently just did an interview because it's the 30th anniversary of Yu Yu Hakusho, and they're coming out with a live action in a couple weeks. And so he called it, like, his throwaway, this is just for closure ending in case I die before I finish it. It's literally like, oh, like, yeah, like, Gon married and had kids, but we never see who he married or, like, who he had kids, because, like, where, the last chapter is, like, about his, like, great-granddaughter or something like that. It's like, oh, okay. I'm not surprised that was his reaction, though. Because the whole reason he had so much trouble with Hunter x Hunter is because he realized he really hated having assistants. Because to him, as an artist, he wanted to do everything himself, or it didn't mean, or like it wasn't worth the effort. Which is why, like, he's, like, part of the reason why, like, he's got so many health problems now. That and, like, the publication, like, expectations and stuff like that. So yeah, it made me laugh that, like, this is, like, the throwaway ending he, like, gave for, like, closure, because people have been saying for years, it's like, just hire an assistant or just get your wife to finish the story because Togashi's married to the creator of Sailor Moon. And no one's respecting his wishes to either finish it himself or it doesn't get finished at all. So good on you, Togashi. Not surprising though, all his protagonists are so headstrong. It made sense, it's like them. But oh my god though, did you hear? The Chimera Ants arc was based on, like, when he was living on his own, because he's, like, there's photos of him when he was younger, laying on the floor playing the SNES, and, like, there are just bags and bags of trash around him. So apparently the Chimera Ants were inspired by all the horrors he went through with bugs before he was married, and, like, someone forced him to be neat. That's my favorite arc, yep. I mean, it is arguably with the strongest arc. I'm not gonna lie though, I really love... Yeah, York New is great as well. I really love Greed Island as well. Greed Island was really fun shonen. I mean, York New was really great too. I mean, come on. There's so much cultural impact from Kurapika bringing a freaking shovel to the fight because he knew he was gonna kill his opponent. And also, Gon and Killua seeing, the troop members at the auction and then they just, like, and they ran for it. I mean, I can understand to some extent, because, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god, hang on. The Suika game is, like, being very buggy. Oh my Suika? Yes, you're being haunted by the Suika. But yeah, no, because Chimera Ants, like, up until that point, you think Hunter x Hunter is gonna be a different kind of show. Because the first 3 arcs are very, schoolboy shonen anime. And then, like, it goes frickin' off the rails. So it's like, yeah, I'm not surprised that some people stop before Chimera Ants because it's like, yeah, this is what I was. Oh my god, Reborn. Apparently, from like I heard through the grapevine, this is like rumors. I don't think it was ever actually confirmed, but I think the author was trying to write mostly a comedy series, but it wasn't doing well. So it was basically basically what happens with a manga like that, it's like either you find a way to turn it around and change it or it gets canceled. So I think that's why suddenly it turned into like a battle manga. The anime finished? Yeah, I hear ya. There's a new anime out that's based on a manga from the Reborn creator though. What is it? It's like Ron Moriarty something something. I had talked about it on stream before. It's about like basically a Hibari lookalike and a Tsuna lookalike, and they're solving mysteries, and the Hibari lookalike is a descendant of James Moriarty from like the Sherlock Holmes stuff, and I think he might be descendant of Sherlock Holmes too. There was like some like intermarriage happening at some point, I don't know. But yeah, so basically Tsuna guy there is to keep him in line because even though Ron is super good at solving mysteries and crimes and stuff, as soon as he finds out who the criminal is, he ends up killing them. Like he just like gets like bloodlust and just like goes like off the walls kind of thing. So he gets banned from solving mysteries, and like, you know, he's slowly going insane from this because like, you know, it's the one thing he's good at, it's his reason for existence. So he partners up with like the Tsuna lookalike who's like kind of like a newbie police officer or something, I think. And he's like, listen, you can take the credit for all this stuff, you can impress the girl you like, you could get a promotion, just let me solve crimes. So I have that bookmarked to go through and watch as well. I logged into my streaming accounts last night and I like flagged a whole bunch of anime that looked interesting, and I'm gonna try and catch up on it. It's also helpful because then, like, you know, it gives me more stuff to talk about with you guys. But yeah, no, Reborn having a remake would have been nice. Maybe some point in the future. I can't remember what anniversary it had yet. 20th, 25, and 30 seems to be the big ones in Japan that usually result in like a remake or like a continuation or something. So it's possible. Like if the Ron series does really well, it might show that there's interest in her stuff again. Because I know that she did another series called, like, Eldive or something like that, and no one liked that. I saw no one talking about it. So I don't think it, like, you know... I don't think it was very well received, unfortunately. Not that one. Where is it? Nose capture? Ah, there we go. It was one of the few series you read too? Aw, that sucks. Yeah, it's never fun when, like, a series you really like just, like, doesn't get appropriately treated. I know some people who finally got into Reborn just a couple years ago, like they never had the chance to get into it when it was popular, and now they're really sad that, like, you know, there's like it's basically been forgotten and stuff. And I mean, yeah, same. Who is your favorite character? Mine were Tsuna, Hibari, and Gokudera. Basil was adorable too. It was pretty popular, yeah, but I mean, it's 10, 15 years old at this point, and so yeah, unless like you know someone who recommends it to you, I don't think you have the opportunity to kind of organically discover it anymore. It's been so long. You don't remember your faves? What? Unbelievable. The katana guy? Oh, and the purple hair girl. Beyonce, I think? That's like Gokudera's older sister. And katana guy, probably Yamamoto? I'm really good at remembering dumb anime shit. Horrible at remembering stuff in real life. So my my crew's opponent in United Fight is... it's all in kanji, but Don Choke tried to look it up, and it is, it's Yamiyo no Kuroneko, Don? Which is like, moonless night, black cats. But the purple girl that would swap with the purple hair guy? Oh, Mukuro and Chrome! Their hair is blue to me, that's why I didn't get it, yeah. But yeah, so the group is called Yamino no Kuroneko Don, and he's like, what is this Dark Knight Black Cat group thing? And I knew instantly it was a Sword Art Online reference. Cause in like the first arc, there was a guild called Tsukiyo no Kuroneko Don. And I knew immediately what it was, even though I haven't watched or read Sword Art Online in like 10 years. That's the kind of like stupid like anime stuff my brain remembers, but God forbid I can't remember to like do the laundry, or like my manager, like my boss, my master has to ask me to do something like 5 times, because unless I write it down it just goes bloop. You're not good at remembering media details? Yeah. I've never been diagnosed for ADHD, so like I don't want to be like, ha ha ha, ADHD brain, but yeah, like the stuff I fixate on, I remember like basically forever. Our brains are weird though. Literally, I was doing up a contact list, for work, because like, like we have a bunch of new people and stuff like that, and I put in a postal code, and so like that's like, if like any US folks have never like sent mail to like Canada or whatever, postal code's basically a zip code. And so I put in this one with full confidence, and then I look at it going, this isn't right, why do I think this is right? Somehow I had pulled the postal code out of my ass for a house I haven't lived in a decade. Like, it's like, like suddenly remembering your childhood phone number, that kind of thing. I'm like, what? It's like, how? It's like, I couldn't remember this when I lived there, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I got it. Like, brain, why? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. My dad has oh my gosh, bipolar. That is, yeah, a co-worker of mine, his sister has bipolar. Some other people in his family have very serious mental illness too. My heart goes out to you guys and your families, because mental illnesses can be really tough to deal with. And people don't, like, give enough, like, respect and forethought to, like, how difficult it is to have these, disorders. Even if it's just ADHD, because it's, like, ADHD is so difficult to deal with. Because, like, I have anxiety and depression, and so the symptoms of ADHD can overlap a lot. And it's like, damn, I can barely function some days, it feels like. You get around well enough, you don't know what you may or may not have. Ah, yes, the high-functioning mental illness thing, and so it's like, oh, you can't be sick, like, you know, you're not, like, XYZ, like, or whatever. Yeah, I have a friend like that, and she's like, either I have undiagnosed ADHD, or I have very high functioning autism based on, like, you know, something a doctor said to me a very long time ago, and, like, her family just never investigated further. So it's like, huh, okay. We don't know what's going on in our brains half the time. Yeah, it's really easy to fall into that trap. But the way I kind of see it is, like, do what is best for you. Because I know, like, for a lot of people, like, the immediate get-to when discovering, they have ADHD or depression or anxiety is, like, how do I get rid of it kind of thing? And not everyone's going to respond to meds well. Meds aren't going to be great for everyone. Because, I mean, I'm on medication and it's really, really hard on my stomach. That's part of the reason why I have really bad stomach problems now. And it's like, well, the pros outweigh the cons, but also I wouldn't tell people, like, yeah, just go on meds, it's wonderful. I'm like, it's like, you gotta weigh the pros and cons and talk about this with a professional. Otherwise, it ain't gonna be great. Cause yeah, some friends would really push other friends to try and get on medication because they're like self-diagnosing each other. I'm like, no. I'm like, don't do that. Like, if you think you want to have a talk with your doctor and see if meds will work for you, that's great. But don't start pushing people to try and get medicated thinking that that's what's gonna be best for them. I'm like, you don't know that. You're not them, you're not a professional. Like, yeah, that stuff is scary, yeah. So, like, yeah, since, like, I work at the apothecary, I know a fair bit of this stuff, and I like one thing one of the fellow apprentices put, and he said, medicine is just a poison with that has positive side effects. And, you know, it's true, like, a lot of poisons become medicine in certain contexts. So it's like, yeah, it's true, like, you know, you go on one med to fix this thing, and then eventually you have to go on a medicine for another thing because that first medicine caused issues, and, like, now you need to take another medication to fix those, so yeah. It's like, the longer you can get by without medication, overall, is probably the best, but at the same time, you shouldn't be afraid to take medication, because it can really help you. Like, it really helped me a lot. Like, I don't think I could be streaming like this if I didn't have my meds, but it's not for everyone. Like, that stuff is scary. Yup. Yeah, it's like, literally, it's like, I know meds work for you, and you think, like, and you just want what's best for our friends, but it's like, you make the tentative suggestion, you don't start pushing people. You ask, hey, have you ever talked to your doctor about XYZ? But yeah. Oh god, suddenly I'm trying to think of other anime I haven't watched? Oh my god. Watched! In a long time that were really good. Shinsekai Yori, like, To the New World, I really love that one. I reread it quite often. Because, like, they never officially, licensed the novel. They never, like, officially licensed the novel, but, like, you know, people did, like, fan translations of it. So I read those a lot because it's just a really good sci-fi series. But yeah, that's another one where people who watched it when it was airing, even if they didn't love it, like, they definitely had stuff to say about it. Now, like, you know, like, you never hear anything. I see people... Now I have to check my Annie list, that's fair, but it's like, yeah, now it's like anytime I see someone, like a new VTuber or streamer put Shinsekai Coyote on their my favorite anime list, I'm like, we are buddies now! Like, not actually buddies, because, like, you know, you don't know I exist, but, like, I think you're really cool. I watched, like, just so much stuff before Annie list was even a thing. Like, there was... I finally found the name of the anime, and I think I forgot it already, but there was an opening song that I would randomly get stuck in my head, and it took forever for me to remember the lyrics properly, to the point that I could search it and actually, like, you know, find the thing. I'm like, all I remember, it was one of those things, it's like, all I remember is it's an anime about these girls that want to be anime voice actresses, and, like, the song's like, choo 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 choo, come get you lucky lady, and then, like, yeah, eventually I found it, but I was like, oh my god. It took years. My brain just randomly is like, remember that thing you saw when you were, like, 13? I wonder what happened with that. I mentioned it, but PA Works did Red Data Girl, which was also one I ended up enjoying. It was like, you know, a girl, just randomly gets, like, possessed by, like, a spirit or something like that. I can't remember the full specifics, but I remember I was really, really invested in it when I watched it. And then, Sakurako's Lovely Bones, I mentioned that a few streams ago. It's like, you know, a forensic anthropologist, like, series. There was another mystery one from around the same time, and I remember what the characters look like, but I can't remember the rest. It was like, you know, an locked island mystery kind of thing. If I start Googling it, I might find it. Oh my god, Haruhi Suzumiya! Thank you for saying that's not super, super old, because oh my god, yeah, that was not like one of the first big anime I was into, but like it's one where I very clearly remember the cultural impact it had, because that was around the time my family allowed me to start going to conventions. And so, you know, Hare Hare Yukai was everywhere. I still remember most of that dance, too. Oh, Lucky Star! Same era. I love that. And because, Hirano voiced Konata and Haruhi, there were, like, a lot of Haruhi, like, references and stuff. Like, they went to, like, the Haruhi Suzumiya concert in, like, Lucky Star. Lucky Star is great. Once in a Blue Moon. The World God Only Knows. Oh my god. I don't think I watched that, but I remembered hearing about it. I was trying to... The World God Only Knows... I mentioned Angel Beats already. No one talks about it anymore, but except for like a few people, but I did really love Air, which is like the anime version of one of the other visual novels by, like, you know, the Studio Key people. Never seen Angel Beats. Gasp! I mean, if you wanna check it out, it's fine. I haven't watched it in a long time though, so I don't know if it actually held up. But I mean, like, in between, like, you know, the tears from all the angst, I remember it being really, really funny, so. Like, very slapstick humor in between, like, all the angst kind of thing. Oh! Talking about Air Gear, I did watch Air Gear too, though. I actually got to see Back On, the group that did the first opening in concert. They got invited to a convention. Air Gear was an interesting one. Let's see. Oh my god, I had one at the tip of my tongue, and then seeing you mention Air Gear distracted me and I forgot it. Oh, Shuffle. That was another, like, visual novel adaptation thing. I don't know what it was. Like, you know, like, how, like, everything's an adaptation of a light novel now. When I first started getting into anime, almost everything was, like, an adaptation of, like, a visual novel. So everything was just, like, all slightly, like, ecchi and stuff. Oh my god, Clanad! Like, I feel like people do talk about Clanad, but, like, if you talk about Clanad, you make people cry, so, like, not... So it's, like, it's kind of, like, shared trauma at this point. Dango, 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 daikazoku. Ichiban, dango, da da da, asashi, dango. That was one of those where it was like, the song was kind of, the ending song was kind of sad and cute, but having that play at the end of an episode where someone is dying is like, what? This is like just, oh my god, Dead Man Wonderland! I remember that. Yeah! I can't do the screamo. I can't do the vocal fry from the opening, but I definitely did watch that one. Tokyo Ghoul is another one no one really talks about anymore, but it was definitely super, super popular for quite a while. I still really like it. It kind of went off it kind of fell apart a little bit towards the end for me, but like I loved most of it. Oh my god, Alvin Lied. Oh my god. I think I was 12 when I found out about that anime. That is not an anime for a 12-year-old. I think I got through, like... I think I did eventually watch it, like, when I was older, but, like, I think I got through the first 5 minutes, and then, like, I saw limbs flying everywhere, and I was like, no, I'm out. Yeah, Nerissa from Hololive English just did a cover of Lilium from Alpha Lied for her birthday, and I'm like, girl. It's like, why did you pick? Like, it is a beautiful song, but why did you pick the Alpha Lied song? God, along the same line as Alpha Lied, what I watched? Oh, what was it? Valkyrie Brunhilde something. It's by the same creator as Elfen Lied. And, like, it's about, like, witches and stuff like that. And, like, there's some alien stuff. But, like, you know, it's the same body horror stuff. But, like, in this case, like, all of the Valkyrie / witches have, like, this, like, hatch thing in their back. And if it's forcibly ejected, like, they literally melt. And it was so disturbing. Inuyasha? Oh my god, Inuyasha. I mean, my bestie still absolutely loves Inuyasha, so she still talks about it semi-frequently, so to me, it still feels very relevant, but you're right. Oh my god, what was... And, like, they did an anime for another Rumiko Takahashi series a couple years ago. It was much longer lived than I remember. Yeah, I mean... It was sort of the only anime like it available in the West for a long time. Because most anime that was coming out around that period in dub English was like, you know, shonen action stuff. Which is fine. Like, shonen action stuff is great. But, like, there wasn't a lot in terms of romance apart from Inuyasha and Escaflowne, which I absolutely adore as well. And then, I mean, Cardcaptor Sakura had, like, a sprinkling of it. Like, you know, like the first, like, puppy love kind of thing that you have when you're 11, 12. Oh my god! Gundam Wing? Just well-beat communication. I'm any... I love Gundam Wing still to this day. And I did see some of Zatch Bell. And I do remember Zoids as well. We did have... Oh my god, Metabots. I do remember Metabots. We didn't get to Nami in Canada, so it's like some stuff I got and grew up with, the same as you guys in America. Other stuff I didn't. Like, they did bring over Yu Yu Hakusho or like Rurouni Kenshin, but they brought over like Zatch Bell, Zoids, Gundam, Metabots. I think some of my friends I know as an adult did grow up with Toonami, but that's because they lived closer to the border between Canada and the US, so their TVs would pick up US channels, sometimes by accident. But, my hometown where I grew up is, like, a 15-hour drive from the US-Canadian border, so yeah, I didn't even have, like, the Disney Channel or anything like that. Like, not until, like, you know, satellite was, like, a thing. Oh, as a Canadian kid, you had YTV, TVO, like, at least in Ontario, you had YTV, TVO, and something called Teletoon. Teletoon had, like, Cardcaptor, like, Sakura, and... I think it had Escaflowne too, but almost all anime stuff was on, YTV. Oh, and we did get, like, you know, the Fox channel, so, like, we did grow up with, like, the 4Kids stuff as well. But yeah, all that, like, Toonami, like, stuff, like, I totally missed it, like... Yeah, you guys had a lot. We did have Cartoon Network either, like, literally. Like, there was, like, very, very little. So it's, like, some stuff I know of, but it was, like, you know, like, stuff that was airing on TV in the US when, like, the internet was a thing. So, like, you know, I found out about them online kind of thing. But, like, I could never, like, you know, watch it, like, actually. Like, I talked my mom into buying a Rurouni Kenshin VHS for me, even though it was obscenely expensive, because we happened to be visiting relatives in a town closer to the US, and, like, so they had actually some anime tapes, and so I knew of Rurouni Kenshin from the internet, but, like, you know, we didn't get the channel, like, that it would be on, so I was like, this is literally the only way I can watch this show, Mom. Because, yeah, I remember even when anime started getting... Oh god, yeah, I was gonna say, I remember even when anime started getting popular, if you went to the store that sold, like, you know, CDs and DVDs and stuff, the anime section was 10 DVDs. And this was around 2010-ish. So literally, like, when I say I grew up in the country, I mean it. Like, it was a city I grew up in, but it was literally the biggest city for, like, you know, 6-7 hours in either direction. Very first time I went to a convention, I got just as excited seeing some of the stores in the mall, because they were just mythical things I'd only heard of, I had never seen in person. Like, there was no Toys R Us where I grew up. We didn't get an Old Navy until, like, 2012, like... I looked up recently, there still isn't a Hot Topic in that town, like... Truly feels like it's, like, not like Stone Age, but yeah, it's almost feels like in a completely different country. Like, when you go, into, like, northern Canada versus the southern Canada, it starts feeling like an entirely different country. Because the closer you are to, like, the US, the more, like, metropolitan things tend to get. But when you're in, like, the country or whatever, or even in, like, the prairies, it's like it's a completely different country. Oh, yeah, that was a big shift. For me, I kind of went from, I've almost always been in cities, towns of the same size, except for, when I was in, like, Toronto, because that's, like, you know, that's basically the New York of Canada. That and Vancouver. So it's, like, very, 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 very big, but it's also very, very sprawling. And not as well organized. There wasn't as many subway lines. Apparently the secret to Suika game is just not think, just keep talking, and like your mind just does it on its own better than you can consciously. I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, that there, and there. Chicago suburbs, so lots of surrounding populations. Now I need to drive just an hour for a Target or a Best Buy. Oh my god. We have Best Buy here, we don't have Target anymore. Target very briefly tried to come to Canada, but they didn't have any good stuff and none of like the exclusive like Target like brand stuff that you see in the US. So like obviously they didn't do well and they closed within like 2 years. Like, when you go to a store right after it opens and most of the shelves are empty, you know this is a bad sign. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Step up option for Walmart. Yeah, I think our step-up option from Walmart is basically department stores. There are some grocery stores here that like have tried to become like a Walmart, and they also sell like clothes and some other stuff as well. So like there's some stuff, but yeah. No Target. Literally anytime we end up in the US, it's like, let's go to Target. Like not as like, you know, an exciting thing to do or whatever. It's just like, oh wow, like look at this place. Like we've only heard legends tell of Target. Of course, it depends where you go, though, because, yeah, there's been sometimes because that's the thing I've seen, like, yeah, it's a decent traveling stop. Yep. So, yeah. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so the one thing I noticed, and, like, obviously it's gonna depend based on, location, but a lot of people in the US used to describe Canada as just like the US, but cleaner. And I never understood that until I actually, like, traveled to, like, Katsukan, which is, like, you know, like, in, like, near Baltimore, Maryland. And then I was like, oh, you're right. Why does everything look dirty? Like, why is... like, everything looks, looks very similar to Canada for the most part, but yeah, like everything just seems to have an extra layer of grime. It's like, I imagine you guys actually clean your streets and stuff. Why does everything look grimy? And it's so funny because shame. You're right, Toncho. Thank you. I didn't realize. Thank you for the reminder. I did realize the time. Once my fight finishes, I'll go activate the crew buffs. I told Pocket. I told Pocket that if I forgot to activate the crew buffs for strike time, to come shame me in my chat. In my defense, I've just been hitting, like, you know, play again, so I didn't even realize strike time had started. Oh, pop, 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 pop. There we go. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. Oh yeah, going back to anime that's like older that we like that no one really talks about anymore. Gurren Lagann. Like, so many people actually love that anime, but you very rarely see it actually talked about now, because like most people will just mention Kill la Kill instead. Oh my god. Speaking of other anime, this is like an ancient one, but I saw it in an anime club. Golden Boy? which was like, about this guy who like decided he's gonna go on like he's gonna go travel around the country before taking his law exams, and he's like, it's like, horny pervert, etchy, like kind of stuff, but like very funny at the same time. It was an interesting thing to bring to like an anime club and show like a bunch of strangers. Like, kudos to the guy that brought it. Look back on it, considering how big Trigger has gotten. That's true. Oh god, I just saw people were doing a watch along of it in Niji Sanji. So, Vampire Knight. Does it look familiar to me? It's quite old. Like, I think literally like 80s old. Like I was surprised that the guy knew about it. Oh, fuck, I forgot the buffs. Hang on. It won't affect me because I'm already in a fight, but... Hello, good morning. How are you? Well, your sisters were into Vampire Knight? That's fair. In hindsight, like, whoops. I don't think it's like, that's good. I'm glad you're doing well. But, oh my god, yeah. Vampire Knight. I don't think it was, like, the be-all, end-all, but, like, everyone was really into it, so, like, it definitely stuck with me. And then everyone kind of fell off it because we didn't like where the ending was going. Oh, Pandora Hearts is another older anime that I like that no one talks about anymore. Like, people might mention it a little because, Vanitas no, Kalte is by the same creator. Oh, Scientific Railgun? Yeah. Well, because, I mean, Railgun was a spin-off of a certain magical index. So they might have done another spin-off of the Index series then. You finally have a 3-turn. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, I'm out here struggling still. I was like, I got it down to like 7-ish turns, good enough. My water grid is one of my weakest, so like I wasn't expecting a lot from this event. So I'm like, you know what? Good enough. I didn't know those two were related. Oh yeah! Like Mikoto, like the protagonist of Certain Magical Railgun, she is one of the heroines in a Certain Magical Index. It's just like, Index and, oh my god, what's the dude's name? Toya or something like that? They just don't show up in a Railgun because it's about the girls. No! That was a bad one. Sorry, that's right, you don't play, so... Oh... OTK is 1-turn knockout. 95 refers to the level of the boss. FA is full auto. So, Yuna, like Matsumoto, is just saying, they finally have it that they can kill, the boss in, the level 95 boss in 1 turn without, like, like actually pushing any buttons. Like, There's also, I've brought this upon myself, that's fine. There's also a 0-turn. So there's OTK, which is 1 turn. There's also, zero turn, which basically means you use an elixir to give yourself maximum charge bar immediately, and then you just push attack, and that's enough to defeat the boss. So yeah, no, there's a lot of lingo in this that it took me a long time to learn. Even now, like, it took a long time because I knew the term zero turn, but like I was like, how do you, or like zero button or zero turn. I'm like, but how do you do this? And finally, I watched someone do the strategy because like because people will post YouTube videos of their strats and stuff to show off. And so I finally watched one, and it's like, that's what it means? Oh, okay. It's like, well, I could probably zero turn if I did that. Like, it's definitely a lot of game lingo that sounds super foreign. Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting into, but I find, oh my god, Smash Bros. Terminology. Yeah, fighting game terms are crazy. Like, all the different kinds of cancel stuff. I'm like, how do you even... What does this even mean? Like, full cancel. What does full cancel mean? How is that different from a regular cancel? Like, I tried very briefly to play Granblue Versus, and one of my regulars at the time had actually played a lot of it. Like, didn't used to be like the champion or something, but ranked like decently high in tournaments. And he was giving me advice, and I'm just here, how do you remember all this stuff? And it's like, it just becomes muscle memory. It's like, oh. Like, I see, the training arc is legitimately, like, training. It's not just like, oh, it's just not practice for the sake of practice. You're literally trying to muscle memory your combos and stuff. Someone tried to get you into Killer Instinct? I've heard of that game, but I've never actually really, like, looked up what it is and stuff. But I can totally understand that. Oh! Don't know if my mic picked that up, but if it did, that was my ringtone. Yes, it is Pokemon sounds. Long time ago, I made an MP3 or like MP4 or whatever it was you needed to do of the found item sound from Pokemon Gold Silver. That was 10 years ago though, so it is now extra crunchy after being transferred up several like phone generations. Why is it Kingdom Hearts 1 though? Nice! My best friend did have that as well. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it would have picked it up because my mic is unidirectional, so it's supposed to only pick up sounds in front of it, and my phone is kind of behind the microphone. So I'm like, I don't think it would pick it up, but there's been like times where like if I like the sound was loud enough, it has, so. But yeah, I know so many Kingdom Hearts fans who have, like, a Kingdom Hearts sound, like the pling! I think that's when you get an item? I can't remember. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that one's super common. My best friend, for a while, she had a Tales of one because one of the characters goes, like, they made, like, ringtones, and so it's this little dude called Tipo going, hey, incoming text! And her significant other asked her to change it because we texted too much, and he's like, I'm about to smash this phone is driving me crazy. Tell me it sounds like a casino sound? I mean, I guess I could see it. Sorta. I mean, like, if I didn't know what it was and I had no context, I could kinda see it. But, like, yeah, to me, it definitely doesn't sound like a casino noise. Casino noises tend to be a lot more obnoxious. Oh my god, Steins Gate. That's another one that no one talks about anymore. But I think I can understand why, because as soon as you know the twist of Steins Gate, it sort of loses interest. So if you talked about Steins Gate, you'd be spoiling it for other people. Didn't watch it as much. Still enjoyable though. Yeah, I totally get it. Chaos Head is apparently connected to the Steins Gate universe. Didn't realize that for a long time. What people talk about as a bigger series? I think I would have to scientific series or something, yeah, because there is Chaos Head. And I think part of the issue is Steins Gate has gotten so many re-releases the same way, like, you know, Hakuoki. Like, Hakuoki is one of my favorite visual novels. It's been released so many times with, like, you know, some additional content, and sometimes it's literally just a port, just to put it on a modern console. It's really hard to know if you're actually buying something with new content or not. Because here's, like, you know, like, some visual novel. Most likely the same series if it has a semicolon in the middle. That's true. Robotic Notes is also in that series, I think? But yeah, because so here's, like, you know, visual novel, old school visual novel lore. There used to be fan discs. Like, a lot of people I think who are into visual novels know about this stuff, but just for the people who don't. So fan discs used to be additional content that they would release, and it was like, you know, bonus scenarios that weren't part of the main story. It was basically the precursor to, like, DLC stuff. But visual novels, now that, like, you know, they're being localized more and released digitally, they don't actually label stuff as DLC or fan discs. They're selling it as its own whole new game, so it's really hard to know if you're actually buying a sequel, the base game, or you're just buying the, like, additional scenarios. So you could end up being like, oh, I want to try this game, and then you buy the fan disc without realizing it's the disc. And so now, like, you don't even have the base game. Like, it'll let you play, like, the scenarios on its own, but, like, you have no context for anything. Ooh! Everything's pop. How I wish I could get those cantaloupes or pears or whatever they are to move over, but alas. But yeah, the shift to DLC has been interesting. Yes, it certainly has. God. Back on the robotic notes, I remember watching the anime for that, having no idea it's connected to Steins Gate. Sona Portable, yep. There's so much stuff now. Like, it is kind of nice that Pokemon gets the DLCs now, but back in the day, that would be released as like a whole new, like, third game kind of thing. No, you stupid cherry. Oh, nice high score for the day. He got the 4th game in a 12-game series. Oh no. Well, I think most of those games are standalone at least. Well, it probably won't be that bad. They're kind of broken up into sub-series arcs. Oh god, okay. Somehow that's worse than them all being direct sequels of each other. At least then you could just go in numerical order. You did at least get the first game in a sub-series. Oh well, okay, that's good at least. Phew! Because the Atelier series does that too, but it doesn't feel anywhere near as important. Because, like, in the Atelier series, people will show up, and, like, if you don't know who they are, it doesn't really change that much. It's mostly separate except for world-building context and stuff. Okay, makes sense. Left side, right side. Okay. There we go. Alright, still got a decent chunk of meat. I'm gonna have to start farming for meat again, though. You are king, you got it! Left side, right side, ha, muki dashita, ba ba ba, teru kusai ne. Left side, right side, ah, muki dashita, ba ba ba, I like to sing, you are Kane as, like, a vocal warm-up before stream. I don't have it, like, memorized completely, so it just ends up being, like, a mix of actual lyrics and humming. And move that over. Boop. Oh, come on. Oh, that was a bad stack. And like that, and like that, and like that. Oop. Perhaps one day we will see the Suika again. Oh, sweet, sweet Suika, I barely remember you. I believe, thank you. Just like with Tetris, you kind of need to learn how this game operates. Oh, your new Steam Deck is getting delivered. That's awesome. Happy Thanksgiving. You will disappear into the void. I can understand and relate. It's the same as when you get like a new game for Christmas, like you just disappear. Oh, come on. There we go. Woohoo! Gotta squeeze the... Well, that's it though. Womp womp womp. You could just swap it, but that's still 400 games? Oh my. That is a lot. Strikers. Strikers is so good. I look forward to when we get around to playing that on stream and you can just hear my frantic, like, with the butter mashing. Never finished Strikers, but now I have Tactics saved in my library. Oh my god, that's right, Tactics is out. Can't play it until you finish Strikers? Ah, yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I doubt the stories connect in any way, but... When will Akechi return from the war? That's what I want to know. I was so sad. I know. I hear ya. Oh yeah, I mean it makes sense because you know the plot and stuff, but at least they give the option. It's sort of like how in P3P they let you kind of retcon the plot a little bit and save some characters who die. No good summons. Boo! Side story DLC, but it's a fine print thing. Ah, yes. I understand. Game, stop playing with our heartstrings! We are weak nerds. We can't handle this much emotional torment. We barely have social skills as it is. Okay, come on. There we go. I just need more Katsuni. I understand. She is very, very, very cute. Oh. No, it's not what I was trying to do. Okay, well, the strawberry moved out of the way. That's something, at least. That's cool. Oh, there we go, there we go. It's rolling, it's rolling. We got to the pineapple at least. Oh my god, and that's only 900 points. I have a lot of grief with the scoring system in this game. It feels very, very strict. There we go. I was like, come on, guys. There we go! Yay, yay, yay! I try not to look at it. It's always lower than I expect. God, you're right. So true. I love this melon so much. I love the little cat, like, W face. Boop, boop. There we go. We're double ahead, but what always ends up happening is the Japanese crews are awake when we go to bed because of the 12-hour time difference, and then I wake up in the morning to find the gap is insane. That's why we have such a hard time winning. Because it's only like 8 a.m. in Japan. Time difference is usually like 12 or 13 hours depending on time zones and all that fun stuff. Or like daylight saves, I mean. It's always gonna be different because of time zones. That's how time zones work. Okay. We were doing so well, now everything's kind of like refusing to touch. No. We got another pineapple. Come on. Touch. Yee. Now, can I get the peach over there? I don't think I can, unfortunately. Stop shifting. No! Well, I cracked 2,000 at least. Improvement, improvement. We love it. Here's the peach. Just peachy. Suddenly I remembered Mario Kart 64 when you pick Peach. She's like, yeah, Peach has got it. Okay, like this. Come on, move over. There we go! Yeah! No, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh my god, 3%. Rude! Oh, that's fine. That's what the revives are for. In a perfect world, this would be going much better, but it is what it is. Whoop. 850? Okay. Because the buffs I activated only last for an hour, and I did it around 8:06, so around 9:06 I have to check on them. Shaman 906 got it. Oi! Well done, Joel. Appreciate you anyway. Oh, don't have enough treasure. Okay. Time to do a little bit of the grind for the meat. Or actually, I can trade some of these in. Yeah, there we go. I always forget I have those. There we go. Move this way, move this way. Oh! Pineapple! Now, move. Nice! Waiting for gravity to do its thing. There we go. there! No! We're supposed to go there? Like that. Whoop. Oh, come on. Bad fruit. Keep getting matches, but things aren't moving the way I want them to. But at least we got another melon. There we go, more peaches! More oranges. I hate this big gap. There was a little word there. Oh my god! No! If the pineapple would just move. But I don't think it will. Oh, come on. No! Oh, I was so close to a melon. I was so close to a Suika. Cute. It was a good run. It was. Bummer. Do 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 do. Oh, God. These guys are so rude. The grind's going fine over in the corner, at least. The GBF grind. Up. How is Guild War? It's going. I can't do the 95 as quickly as I would like, but it takes about like 7-ish turns on full auto, so I mean, I'm not complaining. It wasn't that long ago I couldn't do stuff on full auto, so we celebrate the small changes. How's your Guild Wars going? Yeah, we've just been in here talking about anime while I also play this fruit matching game. Since since GBF is on full auto. For a second, whoo! Damn! I could do that with like my dark or my light grid, but water is definitely my weakest, so I'll take the fact that this isn't going too badly. I was grinding the Regalia fights earlier so I could try and get the skip unlocked. The 15-second, oh my god. Every time I stream United Fight, I get new folks who come in and remind me just how crazy and cracked some people are with their builds in this game. I apologize, we are filthy casuals. I was once a filthy casual, yes. We all start somewhere, right? I've had my account for a long time, but I was just super casual about everything until like the past couple years, so I'm playing catch up a little bit. Do you even plan to grind and here you are? Oh, that's fair. My crew's at least very chill about it. Like, we would appreciate if you put some stuff in, but like, no, we're not gonna force you. "12 minutes. Okay. So at basically 9:15, I gotta activate the buffs again. Oh my god, these guys are taunting me. These fruit. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Don't think I can get them to touch such. Will that be it? That's all she wrote. One sec, girly, one sec. Cat came over meowing, and it's like, right, 9 p.m. is your late night bedtime snack. I'll have to go. Be right back in a second and go fill up their bowls. Posture check? Yep, don't worry. My back's been pretty straight this whole time. And the agua. Yes, the agua. Very important. I do have my water bottle here. I've been taking a sip when I remember. Oh, I just realized there's been no sound for Squeaker Game, has there? That's okay. Okay. Oh! Game's playing itself. Okay. I will be right back. Just gonna run feed the cat, the gato, and I will be right back. Maybe I'll grab a snack while I'm in the kitchen at the same time, so be right back. Peace! no! We back! Da 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 da. Da da da. Oh! Okay, there we go. For whatever reason, I thought I switched to the wrong scene. We good! Let's check on the buffs. I think there's probably a couple more minutes. Ah, yes, 1 minute. You just sit here on this screen then. Yuki, almost there. 15 seconds. It's the strangest countdown. Whoop. Boop, 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 boop. Da-da. There we go. Boop. There you go, I have been absolved of shame. Dance party, yep. Oh. Push. There we go. Dun. Oh, they're both? It was... Okay. Yeah, I had turned Suika on because I noticed it was off, but I totally forgot that I had the stream BGM going at the same time. No worries. I'm almost Suika out anyway. Two hours of Suika, enough for me. Boop, 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 boop. Thanks. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for telling me. Whoa! Was not expecting a melon. Or cantaloupe? I will never know what those things are. Too many small fruit. You've only clocked 20 hours? I play fairly often, but I think I only play in like 1 hour like increments, like just to kill time. Alright, good enough for today. For this week. Play a round or two, yep. I am the same. Okay. Na, 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 na. Here. There we go. Thank you for your service, Suika. We are all Suika out. We salute you, Suika. Exactly. Now I can actually move some stuff around. Oh, out of meats. Time to farm the meats. Oops. One meat short. Whatever. It's fine. Oh my god, the gold one. You get lots of drops from that one. Shiny? Yes, very, very shiny. When he dies, he drops just like a whole butcher shop. See? Uh-oh. Twitter.com broken again. I tried to switch from my streaming account to my personal, and it's like, your personal does not exist. Excuse me? Like, it's no longer linked, basically. I mean, this has happened before, so... Revoked my rights? Well, Well, my account's still up when I searched it, so it's fine. It hasn't been turned into a crypto mine, so I'm just gonna blame Elon and his shitty coding. I'd be scared to work in the Twitter office. Me too. It's all just like falling apart. Oh my god, actually I am pretty sure that's how it's worked. It's the same energy as getting, so the contact list I had to make was because the master I'm apprenticed to decided she didn't like the contact list that her bosses gave her. So she's making me redo it. Just because she doesn't like the formatting. So yeah, that is the same energy as musky to me. Oh, see, now it's back. Weird. My personal's back, hooray. All I had to do was Google it and be like, did you break it? All you have to do to make stuff work is shit talk it. Bus is late. Shit talk it. Grocery store doesn't have your favorite ice cream? Shit talk it. You'll probably find one behind all the other ones. Contact list shenanigans? So many people want the contact list because they think it's convenient. But they never actually use the contact list. They just go looking in their emails for the person, an email from the person, because 95% of the time their phone number is in their email signature. I spent 2 days of work doing this. I could have been doing so many other things. The place is... Oh my god. Terrible. Don't you love it when you do the work correctly for them and then they're like, actually no, this isn't what I wanted, so we're redoing this. Like, master, manager, boss. Everyone else in this chain of apothecary uses this contact list. Why does ours have to be different? Just because you don't like how the other one's formatted? Going back to the ADHD and stuff talk, Master is definitely one of those people where if everything isn't just the way she likes it, she has a really hard time functioning. So, like, I get it, but I spent 6 hours putting this together, and then you decided you don't like XYZ, and then I had to spend another 3 hours redoing it. When literally I asked someone, hey, do you have a contact list for all these people? And they're like, yeah, here you go. Literally, I solved your problem of do you have a contact list with a single email? And then you came back with, I need you to spend 2 days remaking this. Because I don't like how it's formatted. I mean, like, fair. But you know what happens when a workplace maintains too many contact lists? Suddenly none of the contact lists are right. It's better just to have one person do it all the time. Almost said master! Whoops. Okay, the colorblind thing at least makes sense. Oh no, I'm infecting everyone. I take no responsibility if you refer to your boss as Master IRL. Next step I need to do to fixing stream and making it all pretty, I need to actually set up some widgets so so the chat is no longer just Twitch chat in like a nice box. Like actually get you guys like in like something like fancy. Sounds cool, yup. Gotta make you guys shine. My vacation's spread out over now and the end of the year because Apothecary is way too crazy for me to take 2 weeks off in like a full chunk because the place would literally burn to the ground without me. And I'd come back and Master would be on a sick leave, basically. But, like, yeah, I want to spend the time doing, Diana gets her life together stuff, and that includes deep cleaning my living space and finally fixing all this stuff with stream that's been bothering me, but I've not had the energy to deal with. getting stuck in my head again. The other song I just randomly end up getting stuck in my head and singing is Kaibutsu by Yoasobi. It's always for appointments and plans. I understand. The apothecary's been so crazy this year with all of these big changes happening that like I just could never like make myself follow through with putting in a request to take time off. And next thing you know, it's close to year end and they're like, you can only carry over X many vacation days. So either you take them now or you just lose them. So it's like, oh, okay, hold on. And so I drew up a plan that's like, I'm taking 1 to 3 days off every week for like the rest of the year, and that'll use up the extra that won't carry over. That's the Japanese name for monster, yep. Oh, I can't get the pitch right for that song though, but I love it. I have to like really warm up before I try that song. It's one of those songs where it's like you have to belt it, but also like not shout it. Like you need a lot of power. Ah, there we go. I can't sing that song in my head voice. It has to be my mixed or my chest voice, but I haven't had a lot of practice singing in mixed or chest. Like, if I try to sing in my chest voice, I tend to, like, just run out of breath, so... Oh no! That always used to happen with those kinds of annual plan stuff. I've done that with apps where I was thinking I was gonna use it a lot more than I did, and then, like, just, yeah, I, like, used it for, like, a couple months and then, like, just, no. Which is why, like, you know, even though it's technically cheaper to get, like, a year plan for, like, most stuff, I almost always do either monthly or, like, you know, every, like 3 months kind of thing. Because within, like, a couple months, usually, depending what it is, I'm, like, I no longer have an interest. Next year, we force ourselves to take more time for ourselves. Oh, yeah, that's how they get you. Man, I've never actually lived close enough to an amusement park to ever get one of those passes. Like, sometimes I've gone to visit friends and then we buy the seasonal pass because it ends up being just a tiny bit cheaper. Where it's like, it's worth it if you think you might even come more than once a year, kind of thing. And then, yeah, almost never end up using it. Does it help that I'm afraid of, like, roller coasters and stuff? Definitely easier to get more use out of it if you have other people to go with. Oh yeah, for sure. Then it becomes an excuse to plan outings and see people and stuff. Don't have the pressure to maximize your time and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Cause yeah, I went to Disney World once when I was a little kid. And like, understandably, it's like a super expensive trip from like, you know, Canada to like Florida. And we were there for a week, but yeah, there was definitely a push to try and experience as much of the different parks as you could. So, you know, it was only like, you know, 1 day per park kind of thing. Which is like okay, but like, yeah, it doesn't really give much of a chance to enjoy and explore, especially since my dad also wanted to go to Universal Studios. There are oh yeah, there are some people where literally going to Disney World is their personality. I have a friend who their honeymoon was going to Disney World during like the Halloween stuff, because it was always her dream to go and see the Halloween stuff. And then I know, like, there's other people who go to conventions in Florida a lot, and so they decide to hit up Disney World at the same time. About 1,500? I know people who would still pay that. Cosplayers aren't good with money. If you ever look up what it actually takes to make a costume and how much it would cost per weekend to even just buy one of the pre-made costumes and have a different costume every day, even if you just bought the pre-made ones for a 3-day weekend, if you're Canadian after the conversion, that's $500. And God forbid you wear the same cosplay more than once, so that's $500 at least every month. And then if you make it yourself, it's depending on the complexity, it'll be into the thousands. Most fabric is $20 a meter, and to make a basic skirt, you usually need about half a meter, so, you know, like, it adds up. Oh yeah, and I mean, like, that's just the cost of the costume itself. The wig is gonna be another $100, so that's like $300 for 3 different wigs. So now, like, your convention is $1,000 just for the cosplays, and then yeah, you add travel, airfare, and stuff, and boom, $3,000 every month. It don't take much. I spend way too much every month, pretty much. Cause I mean, if you go to a convention every month, then, cause like a lot of people are willing to go out of like country and out of province, out of state to go to big conventions to try and get popular and get seen, or even just see friends they met at other conventions or met online. Even without doing it every month or whatever in Canada, there was like, when I used to cosplay and do that stuff, I'd have a convention in May, June. July you would get a break, but then August would be the big travel one. So then, yeah, like literally the entire year, afterwards, I'm basically trying to eat instant noodles to save money, but like you can't really save money because like you gotta like save up stuff, and then oh wait, someone invited you to go to a convention in February in the States, and now you gotta like find an extra like $1,000 somewhere. Cosplay was a fun hobby when the focus was on making stuff. Once it became the social media like influence grind, and then people were like, started treating cosplay like fast fashion. It got really toxic and really untenable. Anime North, yeah, that is the only big one in Ontario. The other big one that people tend to go to is Otakuthon, which is in Montreal. There's like Fan Expo in as well, but like that's like, just general comic sci-fi stuff. Most people don't think it's worth it anymore. I kind of ended up in that boat because it used to be the appeal of a convention was being able to buy stuff, because my family did allow me to online shop because I did have my own money at the time. And there was nowhere locally I could buy the stuff either. But now it's like, yeah, I mean, there's all this stuff here, but unless there's like a really good deal on like the manga and stuff like that, I'm like, I could just get all of this stuff online and not spend $500 for a hotel. In Orlando MegaCon. I hear a lot of people talk about Holiday Matsuri, which I know is in Florida, but that's the only one I know of. I've been off like the con circuit since like basically lockdown. And even then I wasn't like super into it. Never heard of that one? I think it's decently small. It's in 1 month. Yeah, it's a lot of people go there to do Christmas cosplays. Like a lot of people will go like, like Fate fans will go as like, Christmas Nero and stuff like that. Yep, that's why it's Holiday Matsuri. Yeah, it kind of just popped out of nowhere at some point. I know Dragon Con, which is, I don't know where exactly it is, but it's in the northern US. That was like a huge one for a long time. Cosplayers that were at Dragon Con ended up in the background of a Hallmark Christmas movie because they were filming at the time, and like they just happened to walk through the scene. Well, they happened to walk through the scene, and then like, the director or whatever saw them, thought they were cool, and asked them to like do it again for like a better take or something like that. Okay. Probably got a little bit more meat. Oh god, yeah, there we go. 80 million honors! Exciting. We living at large. Okay. Just gonna finish up this fight and then I will get ready to wrap it up. I just checked. My friend Vicky is playing Final Fantasy XIV right now, so I will raid you guys into her if you guys want to have something else to watch while you grind or you get ready for bed or whatever. Hopefully, like, she's still going for a little bit longer. I'm not sure of her schedule off the top of my head. I think she's a night owl, so probably gonna go for a little bit longer. You just renewed your sub to Vicky? Nice! Thank you for supporting my friend. That's really nice of you. Vicky's... 2F14! Yes! We're just gonna wait for this fight to wrap up. Oh, you're sub to 14. Clearly it is time for me to go to bed. Oh my god. I'm just gonna go dig a hole and bury myself. Terrible. It quickly fell apart. Oh no. See, this is what happens when you don't provide full context in a chat statement. Your dumb little streamer, aka me, starts thinking you're talking about Twitch subs instead of, like, you know, subscription to a game. Well, oh, that was a good laugh at least, but oh my god. No one must ever know. Yeah. No worries. It just makes a really funny moment. Alright, perfecto. The fight is over. And my strike time will end in 7 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for coming along today. Tomorrow, we won't be playing Granblue. I had a collaboration on the books before I realized this was United Fight Week, so I am going to stick to it. I will be playing Genshin with a fellow apprentice. She's not a cat girl though. You will have to wait and see. Her name is Iduna, so you will get to know a little more about me and my friends and all that good stuff tomorrow for our first collaboration. Hooray! Enjoyed the stream and learning more about GBF? Good. Welcome to the fold. Whether or not you play, of course, is up to you. Alright, for now, it is time to wrap things up. I am going to send you off to Vicky. So, for now, that's it for me. If it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. If it's nighttime, have a great rest when you roll yourself off to bed. And make sure you take care of yourselves, wash your face, brush your teeth, eat good food. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Off to Vicky we go!